To be given away at Park and Shop.
The following is an editorial of Big Ways Radio.
There now seems to be hope that the decision by the county commissioners to drop the McAlpin Creek Greenway project is not final. The project was begun under a previous group of commissioners to provide open land for park use, land that was not suitable for other uses because of periodic flooding. This appears to have been abandoned a few weeks ago by the present board. Even though the county had already made investment in the project, some land had been donated and federal funds were available for the project. There are problems in the acquisition of the property, but surely these are not sufficient to prevent the continuation of the project if the board were determined to see it through. Now Representative Art Jones, Executive Director of the United Community Funds, has tried to revive the project. After the meeting with Mr. Jones, County Commissioner Chairman James G. Martin says the project is still alive. We applaud Mr. Jones for his efforts and commend Mr. Martin for his willingness to reconsider this decision. We hope the other commissioners will follow his leadership.
The preceding was an editorial of Big Ways Radio. For a copy of this editorial, send your name and address and the subject matter of the editorial to WAYS Radio, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Jack Gale.
It takes people like you to make people like me. From the great Rocky Mountains to the shores of the sea. From the sands of the desert to the tall oak tree. It takes people like you to make people like me. Those skies may turn gray for a while. You can't brighten each day with a smile. And wherever you go, I want you to know it takes people like you to make people like me. It takes people like you to make people like me. From the snows of Alaska down to sunny Tennessee. And from New York City to Los Angeles. It takes people like you to make people like me. Those skies may turn gray for a while. You can brighten each day with a smile. And wherever you go, I want you to know it takes people like you to make people like me. It takes people like you to make people like me.
Well, thank you, Buck. There's old Buck Owens, the buck teeth kid. He has teeth so long, friends, he uses them for a blanket.
Good morning.
Good morning, girls. The 27 Jack Gale dancing girls waltzing around in their burlap stockings and quilted skirts designed by the professor. Now, hey, we got something great for our buckwheat cakes today. I found something better than muscadine jelly and plum jelly and even better than apricot margarine.
Oh, not bad. Not better than apricot margarine.
Better than apricot margarine, Doctor. And I'm talking about Old Virginia jelly.
Dang, nabbit, I forgot all about that.
That's right. You know, this is the fall. This is October. It's a wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, it is.
Brings cool weather, and cool weather means good appetites. And that's where Old Virginia jellies and preserves and apple butter come in.
Oh, I'm drooling already.
All down over your shirt there. Mm-hmm. They're the most popular food around the house, you know, because you can enjoy them any time of the day. Old Virginia jellies. On hot toast for breakfast, rolls or biscuits for lunch or dinner. And, of course, every morning, nothing could be better than to pour the Old Virginia preserves and jelly on those buckwheat cakes. And, Mom, if you've got some hungry kids around the house, Old Virginia jelly sandwiches. are just right for after-school snacks or for lunch the days they're at home. Right now, your grocer's featuring the always popular, always delicious, Old Virginia strawberry preserves. And that's the last strawberry in the beautiful 18-ounce tumblers. Now, this is really a graceful, reusable tumbler, you see, because after the jelly is gone, you can rinse out the tumbler and throw it at your husband, or throw it at him before you rinse it out. There's lots of good eating in one of these 18-ounce big glasses of Old Virginia. And remember, Old Virginia strawberry preserves are strictly U.S. Grade A fancy. That means the best that money can buy. And they come to you now at the popular low prices. Ask your favorite grocer for Old Virginia jellies, preserves, and apple butter. Stock up on the beautiful reusable 18-ounce tumblers of delicious Old Virginia strawberry preserves. That's Old Virginia, a CCA sponsor. Great on buckwheat cakes. And those Old Virginia tumblers, they're so great. See, what you do is you put them up on top of the steps and then tip them and watch the tumblers tumble.
Now, the Big Ways Good Guys present the Big Ways Pick Hit of the Week. After the record is over, listen for details on how you can own this record for just 25 cents. Now, this week's Big Ways Pick Hit of the Week.
Those ever-loving tempting temptations. It's you that I need. Oh. Sit down, Professor.
Lonely man am I. Ever since you said goodbye, girl, I know that I should have woke up. 'Cause it seems now that we broke up. Your farewell kiss is haunting me. My two lips cry out constantly. Let your heart be your guide. Forget about your foolish pride. Starting tomorrow, I keep telling myself I'm gonna get out and find somebody else. Somebody that's sweet and kind, who will erase you out of my mind. But tell me, how can I find somebody new, baby, when my two arms keep reaching out for you, and my two lips keep right on repeating, it's you that I need. You know that even when I close my eyes to forget you, I see your face and your memories too. Girl, I never felt this loneliness before, and girl, I just can't take it no more. Every night a million tears I shed. Girl, I'm only going out of my head. Just take a good look and you'll see what this loneliness is doing to me. It's you that I need. Don't you know that it's you that I need? Oh, I can't take this loneliness. Oh, baby, I need you.
It's you that I need, the Big Ways Pick Hit of the Week. You just heard the Big Ways Pick Hit of the Week. Send just 25 cents in the bottom of the Big Ways Fab 40 survey sheet to Pick It, Big Ways Charlotte. Be sure you pick up your free Big Ways Fab 40 sheet at your favorite record counter right away.
Hey, it's going to be another terrific Tuesday. Sunny and warm today. High temperature in the mid-70s. It's 10 past 8 o'clock.
When you look over the dazzling new 68s at your Chevrolet dealers, look for the name Astro Ventilation on the door glass. Astro Ventilation brings in outside air and lets you control the volume and direction through adjustable vent ports right on the instrument panel. Astro Ventilation is standard on Corvette, Camaro, and the Caprice Coupe, along with full-door glass styling. Astro Ventilation is available on many other models, too. Look for Astro Ventilation at your Chevrolet dealers now.
Yes, it gives you the air.
Wishing you an intriguing tomato.
Thank you, Mother.
Let's go with the money matchbook game. Now check this.
Here we go again. $61 in Big Ways, Big Cash. 1-2-9-1-770. That's 1-2-9-1-770. Now, if you have that, bring it on into Big Ways within 24 hours and collect $61 in Big Ways cash.
My name is Luther Parker. I just come home from work when I heard good guy Melvin call out my hot money matchbook number. Big Ways has just paid me $61 in cash. This is the fourth time I've collected cash from Big Ways. If this keeps up, I won't have to come home from work anymore. I'll just stay at home.
More money makes lower. You can be a winner on
61 Charlie.
WAY.
Sure, friends, get those hot money matches and get lit up.
Be quick, be accurate when you dial long-distance calls.
New York, Chicago, Dallas. They're all only seconds away when you dial station to station direct. What's more, when you dial your own long-distance calls, you save up to 35% over person-to-person calls. Dialing your own station-to-station calls is easy, too. Just dial 1 to connect your Southern Bell's long-distance equipment, then the area code, if different from your own, then the individual number. And in a matter of seconds, you're talking to family or friends. Remember, the one you want to talk to is as close as the one on your dial. Dial station-to-station direct and save.
Guiding yourself with no delay. Long distance, the shortest way.
Yes, and the operators always say,
I love it.
a big-time operator. Here come the Precisions, If This Is Love. It's 13 minutes past 8 o'clock. The award-winning Jack Gale radio program. Hero game on the way. Big Ways, Big Cash again.
Hear me, girl. You tell me you love me, but you've been seen with somebody else. Hear me, girl. You tell me you want me, but I've been sitting here all by myself. If this is love, oh baby, then I'd rather be lonely. If this is love, oh baby, then I'd rather be free.
there's the Precisions, and If This Is Love at 15 past 8 o'clock. Don't forget our request line is open. You say them, we'll play them. 392-0331.
Lindsey Nelson for American Oil Dealers Game of the Year Super Pro. Listen to these prizes. 1,000 Mustangs nationwide, plus a total of $1 million in cash. Any licensed driver can play. Just drive into any participating American Oil Dealers. Nothing to buy, void where prohibited by law. You even get a quart of Super Permalube free with an oil change when you play Super Pro at nearby participating American Oil Dealers.
Thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay, everybody getting into the act. Even the boss over there has got on his dancing shoes. Boss, you going to perform on the show today?
I stand on my head and turn flip.
Terrific. Look out! I was wondering if you could do a little dance for us. Sam, hit the piano. Here goes the boss. Hey! Don't call us, boss. We'll call you.
Everyone's talking about Phillips Shoe's brand new image. Why don't you stop by today and see what they're talking about? Now you can find all your favorite brand names, styles, and colors at Phillips Shoes, 242 Charlottetown Mall and in the Freedom Village Shopping Center. See what's new for fall from Sandler of Boston. You'll love the smart new Mary Jane look and the baby doll look. You like the small heels and square toes that are in this season. Choose green, Persian emerald, red, or black. And Phillips also has the new patents that are setting the style for fall in cobblestone, navy, and green. Stop by today and see why everyone's talking about Phillips' new image. See the fashion shoes from Sandler of Boston that are setting the pace for fall. That's Phillips Shoes, 242 Charlottetown Mall or in the Freedom Village Shopping Center. Use your First Union Charge or NCNB Bank AmeriCard.
53 degrees. Weatherman says sunshiny and warm today with a high temperature going up now to about 83. Yes, come in, please. Hello there.
Hi. This is your daytime sleepy gal telling all you big, strong, handsome men out there that I really go for guys who use Kremen's brand corn plasters and bunion removers.
Jan Howard and Bill Anderson for Loving You. chance of loving you. Bill Anderson and Jan for loving you. Stand by for Jim Beatty, Big Ways Champion Sports.
For the fall, Robert Hall has the smart women's fashion. Everything that's really new. Styles from every fashion center. And exclusive labels too. Priced so low you'll be delighted to see what Robert Hall can do for you. For the fall, Robert Hall has the smart women's fashion. Robert Hall has them all.
Terrific sale. Ladies stretch slacks with bonded lining, new fall colors, ladies double knit or lawn tops in blazing bright stripes. 2 for just $5. Mrs. sizes at Robert Hall.
It's time for Big Ways Champion Sports. Now, here's Jim Beatty.
Maury Wills on the trading block again. We'll have that story after this timeout.
This program is being brought to you by Garcia's Guacamole, the dual-purpose avocado cream, good for eating and shining green shoes with.
One of the big off-season stories in baseball last winter was Maury Wills. The Dodgers let the speedy infielder go after he jumped the club during a tour of Japan. There were harsh words exchanged, and Wills went to the Pirates. Now he says he expects to be traded again, and would you believe, to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodger Vice President Buzzy Bavasi is on record as saying he'd like to have Wills back. But what about Dodger President Walter O'Malley, who ordered that Wills be traded last winter? Says Bavasi, I can't speak for Mr. O'Malley, but I repeat, I would like to have Maury back. Wills is good trade material. He celebrated his 35th birthday this past Monday, but he still has some good years remaining. With the Pirates, he batted .299 with 44 RBIs. He also stole 30 bases. It's a far cry from his record 104 stolen bases with the Dodgers in 1962, but it still is not too bad. Wills wound up playing third base for the Pirates this year. He feels Pittsburgh may try to make a deal for him because they have 2 of the men who can handle third, Andy Rogers and Jose Bagan. Says Wills, if the Pirates can get a pitcher who can win 15 ball games, they'd be crazy not to trade another guy for me. This is Jim Beatty, Big Ways Champion Sports.
You've heard Big Ways Champion Sports with Jim Beatty on the air 6 times daily, 6:20, 7:20, and 8:20 in the morning, and 4:20, 5:20, and 6:20 at night. Big Ways Champion Sports with Jim Beatty.
Daylight comes and bluebirds sing, and outside the grass is green, but I don't care if it's sunshine or it's rain.
All right, everybody, mark your sundials at 24 past 8 o'clock.
'Cause I'm happy as I can be, as long as you will stand by me, and nothing this side of heaven can make me change. 'Cause you, I love you, you make all my dreams come true. You mean all the world to me.
what I want, and I want Shirley hairdressing. I want to look sharp and remain that way with Shirley hairdressing. It penetrates, invigorates the scalp and hair. You can count on Shirley for proper hair care. I know what I want, and I want Shirley, S-U-R-L-A-Y.
Yes, sir, Shirley Hairdressing for sure hair care. Just 3 drops a day will keep hair in place all day long. Buy an economical-sized bottle at any drugstore or ask for a professional application at any barbershop. Tell the man I want Shirley Hairdressing.
Shirley Hairdressing. That's the ticket, friends. The easy-flowing liquid hairdressing. Stimulates and invigorates your scalp while it keeps your hair well-groomed in a most natural way. Remember, gummy, sticky hair preparations like Long John Silver uses gives an unnatural pasted-down look like his hair is. May even clog the pores of the scalp and help create dandruff like Jack Pride suffers from. So play safe. Play sure, men, with Shirley Hairdressing. You'll find it for sale everywhere in Big Ways country. Or ask your barber for a professional application. Shirley Hairdressing.
And now, the Big Ways listeners speak. Mr. L.T. writes,
waiting for the money man. A knock. I yelled, "Oh joy!" I opened the door, and standing there was Melvin, the grocery boy.
Join us soon again when the Big Ways listeners speak.
Be sure to send all your letters, friends, in care of Big Ways listeners, Big Ways, Charlotte.
60 wonderful W-A-Y-S.
28 minutes after 8 o'clock in the morning.
I keep getting a film on my walls and windows. Could it come from my heating oil?
That's the question. Heating oil system is perfectly clean. The film you're talking about probably comes from cooking fats. Every time you fry something, tiny particles of fat float through your house and collect on walls and windows. Another kind of wall dirt comes from your floor. Air currents carry dust from floors to the walls over your heat outlets. This happens with any kind of home heating. Next question, please.
Can heating oil tanks rust?
Yes, but mainly on the inside. Water may condense there and collect under the oil. So ask a Shell oil dealer to put Sonitor in your tank. Sonitor is an additive that helps prevent rust. Only Shell dealers have it.
Thank you. Shell's Answer Man is brought to you by your Shell heating oil dealer, the man to call for modern Shell heating oil, specially blended for the climate in this area.
Now for questions from our audience for our Shell Heating Answer Man. Mr. Answer Man, here is our next question. Will the shortening of toothpicks, 1/32 of an inch, affect Jupiter and Mars? Mr. Answer Man? Mr. Answer Man, where are you going? He left. It's insulted so easily, doesn't he? 29 past 8. Lowell is next. 5. Let love come between us.
Get the things you want at low bank rates right now during First Citizens Bank's big $25 million. Low bank rates right now during First Citizens Bank's big $25 million ZIP consumer loan special, featuring the new ZIP loan application, the fastest, most confidential do-it-yourself loan application ever. Pick up a ZIP application at your nearby First Citizens office or clip it from newspapers. In the privacy of your home, simply circle most of the answers in seconds and take or mail the application to the bank. Finance new and used cars, color television sets, major appliances, and other major purchases, including home additions and repairs, all at low bank rates. Help yourself now during First Citizens Bank's $25 million ZIP consumer loan special, only at First Citizens, your can-do bank.
You get a good feeling when you're dealing with First Citizens Bank. So move to the bank that can do First Citizens.
28 before 9 o'clock from Big Waves.
Big Waves, the weather word. W-A-Y-S.
In Charlotte, where our current weather, here is fair and 55 degrees. The Big Waves weather prediction, fair and warm, with a high temperature about 83 degrees. Now at 8:30 in Big Waves country, we're reading 54 in Davidson, 55 in Monroe, and 50 degrees away up in Boone. Repeating the current Big Waves weather in Charlotte, fair and 55 degrees. On Tuesday, October 3rd, Big Waves is in season in Charlotte. Let's call in the man with the story behind the weather, Lowell Pressure. Lowell, come on in.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Lowell. Welcome. And what is the big story weather-wise?
Well, we will have funny and, warm weather. That is the forecast for North Carolina and South Carolina today and right on through tomorrow. Far school, fair skies and slid slightly warm with temper stores where the rule during the night across the state, and no rainfall has been reported. However, some cloudiness was in evidence. There was some ground fog formed a goon getting in the moon mountains and also in scattered areas east of the mountains early this morning.
Thank you very kindly, Lowell, and I know that you have a riddle of the day for us today.
Yes, I have a good one to do today.
Fine, I'm glad to hear that for a change. What is your riddle of the day?
Why did the couple want to get married in a bathtub?
Why did the couple want to get married in a bathtub?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Lowell. That's one to conjure with. Why did the couple want to get married in the bathtub?
Because they wanted a double ring ceremony. Oh, will you get out of here, man? Going down the drain again.
Goodbye, Lowell. Low pressure in the weather. Gee willikers, that's terrible. Oh. We'll have to put a stopper on that one, man. Here comes Gene and Debbie. Go with me. 25 till 9 o'clock.
Go with me. Climb the mountains made of ecstasy. Swim the seas of unreality. Baby, go with me. I love
That was Gene. Here's Debbie.
Take my hand.
Guess you had your doubts.
I'm afraid to travel through this land. I'm afraid that I won't understand. Baby, take my hand.
I love you, baby.
Both together now.
Promise me you'll never stray. Together we will find a way. Baby, go with me. I love you, baby.
crazy. Trumpet.
Close the door on all the things we've done before. We won't be returning anymore. Baby, go with me. I love you, baby, stay. Promise me you'll never stray. Together we will find a way. Baby, go with me. I love you, baby, stay. I need you, baby, stay. I want you, baby, stay.
Gene and Debbie. Go with me at 24 until 9 o'clock.
How do you feel when you're out at the races and every horse comes through? Beautiful. When you've got a 30-foot putt that goes straight and true. Beautiful. That's how you feel about Schmitz. One beautiful beer. How do you feel when you join the band and you swing that bass? Beautiful. When you're playing bridge and you trump their ace. Beautiful. That's how you feel about Schmitz. One beautiful beer. What makes Schmitz one beautiful beer different from the others? The answer is Schmitz blending. Schmitz is blended dry, blended mellow, blended hearty, blended into one beautiful beer. Schmitz in the can, Schmitz in the bottle, Schmitz sparkling draft. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Schmitz! One beautiful beer.
Schmitz of Philadelphia, Norristown, and Cleveland.
Hey, I got an idea, Daddy.
What is that, Doctor?
Well, the man from the bakery coming in here always yelling how we pronounce the name wrong. You know, we always say it boss or best or boast or whatever it is.
Yes, yes.
And the name is boss.
Go ahead, Doctor. Well,
Why don't we get the gorilla, see? Give a gorilla a signal. And when that man gets mad, we just say something.
good idea. Gorilla, come over here a minute, will you, please? Would you like to get a bushel of nanners this morning? Oh, love nanners. Yes, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. When I say, I'd like to see you do it, then you come in and punch the man from the bakery right in the mouth. What you gonna say? Well, you wait outside, see? Wait a minute, not now. Wait just a minute. When I say, I'd like to see you do it. I'd like to see you do it. That's right. Then you come in and punch the guy in the mouth. Okay, goodbye, girl. Wait outside. Now, when the man comes in, he'll say, he's going to hit me some. I'll say, I'd like to see you do it. No, not yet. Wait, I'll tell you when, gorilla. Okay, now, I think the man from the bakery is coming in now.
Yeah, here he comes now.
Come in, please.
Good morning, Mr. Gale.
Good morning, man from the bakery. We're all set to do your commercial.
Fine, get the name right.
Sure will. I know exactly what to do. I got it this time.
I buy Boss Bread.
No Boss Bread.
Because it's so good and fresh. I eat it every single day.
That's why I'm handsome.
Thick slice to thin slice. It's great for toasting, too. And it's make the Boss Bread.
That's Boss Bread with it, Boss.
Dog and hamburger rolls for parties. People who buy Boss rolls are
Boss rolls.
Boss bakes delicious cakes.
Boss.
And all flavors, too. The best cakes.
Boss.
Get the ones
Boss bakes. You try it, Doctor.
Yeah,
friends, I want to tell you for the weekend, make sure you get plenty of hot dog and hamburger rolls and make sure they got the name Boss. B-O-S-T. Boss bread, not Boss bread. And serve rolls at your grocery. The entire commercial. Hamburger rolls. Come in the handy 8-pack in the plastic bag or 12 to a convenient tray. Remember the name now, Boss. There's a difference in bread and rolls, and Boss makes a difference. Try it, taste it yourself. And remember,
For the best cakes, get the ones Boss bakes.
That's Boss Bread, a CCA sponsor.
Boss bread.
Well, if you don't like it, why don't you do something about it?
Well, what did you say?
I said, if you don't like it, why don't you do something about it?
Well, I'm liable to punch you right in the teeth. You keep talking like that.
I'd like to see you do it.
You what?
Where's the gorilla?
I'd like to see you do it.
Okay.
Oh, ow, oh.
Look at your nose there. Flattened out.
Wonder what happened to the gorilla.
I don't know what happened to him now.
You wait for me.
Never mind, bust the whole thing up.
Radio a go-go. 61 Charlotte, WAYS.
Big Ways 2020. Headline News.
Hospital trainee found dead. Widow files Hendersonville suit. Beulah's Fern may go west. 3 Pantines go on trial. Details at 55.
When big news breaks out, Big Ways News breaks in. Big Ways News, second to none.
Here's Jack Gale to ruin your breakfast.
I wouldn't say that. Well, they mean listen to the program and get fed up anyway.
61 Charlotte, WAYS.
Can't figure that man from the bakery out.
Well, people are strange, Daddy.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. All right, dear.
He charged us.
In Charlotte, Gastonia, Rock Hill, Monroe, Concord. Wherever there's news, Big Ways News is there. If you would like to be a part of the award-winning Big Ways News team, when you see news in the making, call 392-8134. Big Ways News pays big cash for the best news tip of the week. $6.10 in cash could be yours if you call Big Ways first when you see big news breaking in your area. That action line number, 392-8134. Call when you see news in the making.
Tell you another way to make some big money, ladies. Learn how to run these IBM key punch machines. You know, you see ads in the paper, big columns from these big industrial firms. Girls are needed to run IBM key punch machines. And yet only the girls who know how can answer a job like that. Now, in most cases, you make big money, $300, $325 a month, because you have a skilled trade. And you work with pleasant working surroundings. In the yellow, big industrial firm offices, or insurance companies, banks, even the United States government itself. And the way to learn it is to call me now for information on the Alverson-Drawn 6-week course. I know that sounds like just a lot of talk, and probably it's going to go in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, probably ain't nothing in the middle to stop it.
No, Doctor, you don't understand. A lot of people figure they have to go to school for a year or two to learn IBM key punch operating, but Alverson Drawn now has a new speed course. They can teach you IBM key punch operating, guaranteed, in only 6 weeks. And you don't have to stay in school all day, so it's great for you young married gals, too. 2 hours a morning, 5 mornings a week. And at the end of 6 weeks, you're trained and qualified and competent as an IBM key punch operator. And then Alverson Drawn's job placement service goes to work and secures you one of these fine jobs. Remember, it's always better to be an Alverson Drawn graduate than to compete with one. So if you want to make that big money, you call me now and find out about how easy it is to enroll at Alverson Drawn's 6-week IBM key punch course. 392-8341.
Let's go with the money matchbook game. Now check this.
Here we go again. More of the boss's money, $61 in Big Ways cash as Big Ways continues to pour it on. 4386105. 4386105. If you have it, bring it to Big Ways. Within 24 hours, we'll pay you $61 in Big Ways cash.
More money makes lower. You can be a winner on
61 Charlotte.
WAY.
Let me tell you a little story. A fine young boy we know just came home from the hospital. He'll soon be romping around as good as he ever did. But someday, long after his illness is forgotten, this boy may be shocked to learn that his childhood illness has left him uninsurable. Now, he'll not be able to buy any life insurance at any price. Now, had his father seen a Southland Life man, he could have guaranteed the little boy's insurability for the rest of that little boy's life. Now, don't overlook or postpone this most important benefit for your child. Give him or her the vital protection now that may be so much needed later in life. A Southland Life man can show you very simply how this can be done now, while that child is hale and hearty and full of pep. So think this over a bit. Then call a Southland Life man. Remember, something good always happens when you see a Southland Life Heart of Gold man.
Yes, sir. It's sunny right now and sunny and warm today with a high temperature about 83.
WAYS, the sound of feeling good.
13 minutes before 9 o'clock. Hello, Quest. This is the Whistler. I'm a professional artist, but my paintings ain't very much in demand. See, I like to paint beautiful portraits, but my mother says I'm wasting my talent. She says I ought to go modern, slap the brushes around, give the world something way out. What should I do, Quest?
Quest, to the rescue. Whistler, is your mother off her rocker?
Rocker? Say, that gives me an idea.
Quest can solve any problem. Call Quest, then watch for your answer in the Charlotte News. Call 376-2431 for home delivery.
You told me that others before
Connie Francis on the hit trail again with this one. from Connie Francis and Lonely Again. You know, the fall is a wonderful time of the year. Cool weather. Cool weather means good appetites, and that's where Old Virginia jellies and preserves and Old Virginia apple butter comes in, because it's butter. They're the most popular food around the house, Old Virginia, because you can enjoy them any time of the day, like on hot toast or buckwheat cakes for breakfast, on rolls or biscuits for lunch or dinner. Of course, if you have hungry kids around the house, Old Virginia jelly sandwiches are perfect for after-school snacks or for lunch the days that the kids are home like today. Right now, your grocer has the always popular, always delicious Old Virginia strawberry preserves in the beautiful 18-ounce glasses. Now, this is really a beautiful, reusable tumbler. There are lots of good eating in one of these 18-ounce jars of Old Virginia. And remember, Old Virginia strawberry preserves are strictly U.S. Grade A fancy, the best that money can buy. And ladies, they come to you at popular low prices. Ask your favorite grocer this morning for Old Virginia jellies and preserves and apple butter, the way jellies used to be made. Stock up on the beautiful reusable 18-ounce tumblers of delicious Old Virginia strawberry preserves. Remember the name when you buy jellies. Old Virginia, a CCA sponsor.
The Big Ways Hero Contest is on the air. Who will save Little Nell? Which one of the Big Ways good guys will it be? If you're right and you're the third lucky caller at 392-8341, you'll win big cash. Call 392-8341 now and play the Big Ways Hero Contest. Big Ways Hero time is 7 minutes until 9 o'clock. They're winning!
They're winning. They're winning in the new Sunny Dollars game. They're playing at Sunoco. Winning at Sunoco.
Yes, they're winning. Winning up to $1,000 cash. Playing Sunoco's fabulous Sunny Dollars game. And it's the easiest game of all. Any licensed driver can play. Just drive into any Sunoco station displaying the Sunny Dollars sign. You'll get a sealed folder. Your dealer will tell you the rest. No purchase necessary. Who knows? You may win. These lucky people did.
James Douglas Brahms, Route 8, Reidsville, North Carolina, won $1,000. Sam Lawson, 1214 Lawson Street, Martinsville, Virginia, won $100. Maggie Foley, 401 Westover, Danville, Virginia, won $100.
They're winning at Sunoco.
Game void where prohibited by law.
I'm glad you said that. I don't want to make a convict out of our listeners. And now we're all set to go on our Big Ways Hero game. On the fun phone, Nancy Sellers. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning.
Nice to have you on the show. We'll set the stage and see if you can win the money.
The villain has tied Little Nell to the railroad track.
Me pretty pets. Here comes the train.
Oh, save me, Big Ways, good guys. Save me.
Here comes the Big Ways good guy now. Well, here he comes, Nancy Sellers, over on Robmont Road in Charlotte. Which one of the Big Ways good guys do you think it is?
Jack Gale.
You're going to go along with me, Jack Gale. I hope you're right. Here we go.
Here I am to the rescue, Little Nell.
Oh, wonderful. Who are you?
Well, don't you recognize me? I'm that handsome Mike Green.
Oh, I'm disappointed.
Keep your mouth shut and hang on.
Oh, gee whiz. I'm sorry there, Nancy, but you didn't win.
Now ain't that too bad?
Oh, it's a major catastrophe, friends. Look, it's 8:55, and that means news time. From Big Ways, 55 degrees.
Charlotte, the nation, the world. Big Ways News. The Big Ways Big Story.
Henderson plane crash draws $1 million suit. This is Phil Durkin reporting Big Ways News. The widow of one of the victims of the July 19th in-flight collision of a Piedmont airliner and a private plane at Hendersonville has filed a suit for $1 million against the three corporations involved. 82 people died in that crash. A hospital trainee and night student of the University of North Carolina was found dead in his room late last night. Police say David William Hunt of New York City had apparently died of an overdose of barbiturates. A former Statesville detective is being held this morning by police on a charge of breaking and entering. Police officials tell Big Ways News that Charles Pearson was arrested inside a local store. Two other breaking and entering charges are currently pending against the former cop. 3 Pennsylvania teenagers will go on trial in Bennettsville today for the pistol slaying of a South Carolina highway patrolman. The teens are charged with the murder of Patrolman Charles Steele of McBee. The 3 were arrested at Myrtle Beach shortly after Steele's body was found laying on the shoulder of Highway 1, a short distance from McBee. Local government officials from 9 North and South Carolina counties meeting in Charlotte are taking tentative steps to form a council of governments to help solve common city and town problems. 2 truck drivers were killed late last night when their tractor overturned and pinned them beneath. Killed in the Greenville accident were Willie Dawson and James Bird, both of Easley. Weather Bureau officials say there are indications that Hurricane Fern may spare Texas areas and veer more toward the west. Adolf Eichmann's deputy is reported in Austria after escaping a police dragnet in Yugoslavia. A Buddhist nun has become a fiery suicide in a South Vietnamese protest movement. House Democrats are trying to get together today to fight a proposed Republican budget cut. The former premier of Greece is reported under house arrest in Athens. U.S. soldiers are searching for a fresh regiment of North Vietnamese troops. Police officials in Mooresville are investigating 2 traffic accidents that snuffed out 2 lives late yesterday. 11-year-old Sandra Wallace-Diamond was struck by a car and killed instantly as she rode her bicycle in front of her home. Also, James McCarter was killed when he apparently lost control of his motorcycle and struck a ditch. Investigating officers tell Big Ways News this morning that McCarter's body was thrown almost 30 feet. In other news at this hour, a 20-year-old part-time college co-ed and Charlotte bank teller is spending his first day today of a 15-month prison term on a charge of embezzlement. Bobby Carolyn Fraser was found guilty early today. A district court judge is refusing this morning to set aside an indictment against a Mecklenburg County man charged with conspiring to threaten an FBI informant. The defendant, Franklin Boggs, says this morning to Big Ways News that he doesn't have the money to hire a lawyer. Boggs is being charged with intimidating a truck driver whose truck was bombed in December. From Charlotte to the nation, this is Big Ways News. Current Big Ways weather in Charlotte, clear. Big Ways predicts clear and warm.
The Big Ways Big Story.
Hendersonville plane crash draws $1 million suit. Big Ways News marks the mercury on the Melvin Show at 5'9". That's 59 degrees. On Tuesday, October the 3rd at 9 a.m. This is Phil Durkin, WAYS Charlotte. Big Ways News at your service.
First in Charlotte, second to none. That's Big Ways News.
9 o'clock parking. Shop time featuring Duke's Mayonnaise. Big pie charges 9 cents for $3 purchase at Park and Shop.
The Melvin Show. I dig rock and roll music and love to get the chance